So, you're about to watch a video of me chatting with Chihiro Howe while she draws that super cool thing right up there. And we tend to ramble on for hours at a time while she draws. I have a condensed version, but I'm going to do a 4-part version to where you can listen to all the rambling. And we ramble a lot. So you can comment about how it's a terrible video, rambles on too long, or just shush and watch the videos. Jeez.
Oh, I'm drawing.
Hey guys, this is Chihiro. Did I say that right? I feel like I say that wrong all the time.
Chihiro?
Yes.
Oh, you said it right.
Yay! Yay. She's one of my favorite artists of all time. She loves it when I say that in public because she doesn't get embarrassed and she doesn't try to downplay it at all. But right now, we're just going to talk while she draws my daughter and myself in her fabulous style. And we're just going to ramble on. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. Here we go. Now, a lot of people, they're going to ask you the tools that you're using. Let's go and get this taken care of. Let's talk about tools here. Even though I always make it clear to people that it's not so much the tools. There are tools that artists prefer, but it's the artist. If you're working with an artist, then they can really pick up almost anything that makes a mark on any type of surface and make something cool happen. And they wonder how all of a sudden, you know, something cool happened. And they want, like, if you picked up a stick, a burnt stick, and you could draw something cool on my wall with a burnt stick.
Yeah.
And people are going to ask you, what kind of burnt stick do you use? It's not in the stick. It's the artist. So I tell people, just work on your art. Work on your style. Work on your confidence. And almost any tool, you can find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Even though there will be some that you prefer. Now that being said, what you got there? What is that?
So this is a light blue pencil. I have the leads.
Oh yeah. Why do you use a light blue pencil? Or non-photo blue?
It's this one I use.
Oh my. They're gonna want to know the brand, so go ahead and let's hear it.
So I like using light blue because they're light enough that, you know, I could just make like a messy sketch and make it as messy as I want. And once I go over it with ink or pencil, I can still kind of make out that ink drawing. You know what I mean? Am I explaining it?
Yeah,
well,
you're doing fine.
okay.
No, just whatever you want to say. I'll always add in just what I know, not even what I've learned, is that the subconscious of the mind, if you draw lightly, even when I'm drawing in graphite, I draw very lightly in the beginning. Because if you draw lightly, how's that?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Then your brain stays open to create. And right now you're in the creating process. You're not in the detail process, you're not in the fine-tuning process, you're not in the erasing process. It's another saying that I adopted. No one's ever 100% original, so I probably heard something very similar somewhere, and I just adopted my own way of saying it, is correcting is not creating. So the blue pencil allows for very light pencil strokes, which leaves your subconscious open to create.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like erasing. Because it's not time to erase, you're creating. I'm gonna reach over here real fast. That's one of the biggest things that I like to tell people about blue pencil or about drawing very lightly initially when you're sketching, when you're creating. Let your brain be open to go ahead. If somebody draws a little too dark, your brain thinks finalized, and it gets very frustrated if it doesn't look the way that they want it to.
Oh yeah. That's why, like, if I use a darker color, I tend to try to, I get the death grip. That's why I switch to light color. So in my mind, that's, I don't know, it's just, it works out better for me.
Here is the blue pencil. It's where all the creating was done, all the initial work is done. Anything you want to say about that there, Chihiro?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Right now, I see you've been playing around with some what are these? Sepia tones, some brown, multi-liners. What are your thought processes? I'll let you go and start that here.
Well,
what are you thinking about doing?
I kind of wanted to make it into like a soft look. So if I use black, it's too hard, like harsh.
Okay.
So I wanted to use either the brown or the sepia. But if I use like the skinny ones that I usually use, then it's gonna take a while to ink it.
Okay.
Because this drawing is bigger than what I usually work on. So I was trying to figure out which one to use. And I settled with the brushes. So I just tried out little things there. And decided I'll use the small and the medium.
Okay. So instead of a harsh black line, multi-liner, you're using the brown for just make it softer, not quite so filling in black areas type thing.
So, you know, like her glasses are black, but I'll be using grays later on, so it doesn't look too harsh.
Well, let's get Oh, she started the coloring. All right. I noticed you were kind of testing out some colors and picking some out. Let me shift it this way real fast, kind of show people. See, so she tests out the colors right there. I noticed you do that quite a bit. I think it's a good idea because even if you know what the color looks like, it's always a nice reminder, is that the color I want to go with?
Yeah,
so to have a little swatch to work with like that.
The color on the cap is different than the actual.
Oh my gosh, if I could teach that more. The color on the cap is almost always different. I think I have an example of that.
Yeah, it's great to kind of pick the color first.
Yep.
To see what kind of color you want, but it's not the exact. Like the YR14.
I was just about to show you. Been doing?
So I finished the skin. I added the shadows. This time I used more pink color, that's the same as the blush.
Okay.
To kind of get softer looking.
And you know, I guess you could tell them which colors you used. However, one thing I like is I feel when we tell them what color we use, then they just want to copy the colors that we used. I like it. I want them more to explore and find out what works for them and what they like. But that's just me. Just frustrating students all the dang time. Create the habit that your art is copying other people. As a matter of fact, I would say if you're going to copy something from another artist, the best thing to do when you're done copying that piece is put that piece away and then draw it again out of your own brain. And make it okay that what you're about to draw is going to be different than when you tried to copy it. Now you're finding out what you kept. You're finding out what you're applying to your art. You're finding out what your brain processed. And make it okay that it looks different. I tried to draw like Frank Rosetta, but I just can't. It's just that's him, man. You're not him. And by the way, I'm not saying that he's better than you, by the way. You can make those comments all you want to try to, degrade yourself or I'll never be as good as Frank Frazetta. I go, who says? You'll be different. Frank Frazetta is one of a kind, but isn't everybody. Appreciate his work, appreciate other people's work, but allow yourself to be yourself. I'm gonna write that down. Oh wow. Allow yourself to be yourself. Oh. All right, go away. Go. Did I say go away? Go away. Get out of here. I wanted to say that for so long. Go away. You're a spoiled kid. Leave me alone.
Different kind of papers need different effects.
Oh yeah? You want to explain what the heck are you doing?
Just adding some effects here.
Okay, So that's a Q-tip, and that's the 0 alcohol.
Oops. I just wasted a drop.
I'm sorry, what was that? You wasted a drop.
Because it fell onto
You know, you've got some nerve. Who do you think you are wasting a drop? Man, come on!
Well, every drop counts.
I thought I could trust you. I never knew you were the kind of person to go out there wasting drops. Yet here we are. Oh, it's more my sarcasm against the way you said, "Oh, I wasted a drop." That's all. Jeez.
See, it makes this cool effect.
It does. Now, for those that don't know what the heck she's talking about, she's talking about the way that you can manipulate the looks of alcohol markers, and you could move some colors through the paper by applying different forms of alcohol. So right now she's just creating some texture within the colors.
Okay, it's done.
What? It's wonderful. What did you do? Did you put the dot in there already?
Yeah, the white.
I love that. That turned me on to the jelly pen so fast.
But this one, I used the charcoal white.
Yep, charcoal white. I forgot to talk to people. I was too busy talking about other stuff. That charcoal white, you can always bring a little white back into the art. And you put, with jelly pens, charcoal white. What are some, there are things I do when I do with my paintings. I come in with gouache, watercolors. I can do different washes of different whites. But just realizing for me that once I put the white back in, what do you have there? Love it.
So
Look
I
at
use
you.
this.
See, you got this.
Man,
Man, that's awesome. Cool. Very neat.
Easier for.
Well, thanks for doing that. That's
Oh, yeah.
holy mackerel. Good heavens. I like it. That makes me happy. That brings me joy.